Get in, loser. We're watching horror films.
That's right. Here we are back at Five's a Crowd, where tonight we will be led out by Tony.
All right, welcome back.
Hacky sack. That's what we're doing.
We love you guys. We're happy to have you back. We're happy to be here. We'd like to welcome your 5 favorite people. We got Cam,
Hey.
Chris,
Hello.
Austin, Zach,
Hola.
myself, Tony. And today we're going to do one of our good old classic vomlets, a little bit of what's in the news.
Yes.
Instead of starting off with us, though, we're going to change it up a bit. We're going to actually talk about what's actually in the news. So,
What?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about the title, topic at the beginning?
like we're actually going to do what we say we're going to do?
Weird.
You see, we talk about ourselves so much that oftentimes they run too long and it's like, oh, well, we can't talk about what's in the news anymore.
Have a good night.
All right.
So true.
What's in the news? We don't know. We'll talk to you next time.
I wanted to start us off with sad news because then we can always work our way up.
Start
Yeah,
from the
because that's
bottom.
how we're gonna
No,
Disney
yeah.
it. We're gonna Disney it, baby.
I'm gonna
kill your parents first?
Shoot Bambi's mom right now.
She's delicious.
But Donald Sutherland's dead.
Yeah, I saw
Who's
that.
I don't know who that is.
Kiefer Sutherland's dad. He played President Snow in
Hunger Games.
Hunger
Oh,
Games.
No clue.
Old white guy with white hair.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the population.
I hated
Figure
him.
we
because
get
of
that
A
one.
lot
off
of it's
the
in
table.
Dude,
Congress.
he was good in that. What else was he in? That
Yep.
was really.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I do
You
not.
you could show us a photo, Cam.
I could show you a photo. In fact, I saw one earlier. I don't know where it went.
I just picked. They do look alike. I didn't never knew that.
job.
Kiefer and Donald.
Yeah.
Donald Sutherland?
They talk a lot. I like. too.
Oh,
Like they sound
wasn't he
alike.
in Iron? No, he wasn't in
That
Iron
guy
Man.
right there. Let's see here. IMDb.
IMDb.
Let's see what he's famous for.
Imd.
Actor, producer,
IMDb.
writer.
Oh,
He was in the Italian Job
wait, hold on.
briefly.
Hunger Games. Clue.
Was that that-
Oh yeah, he was. in,
that.
Oh,
Was that that creepy guy
to your
in the last few? They just had the really creepy season where the Dexter. Remember that one season of reboot of Dexter, and there was like the one bad guy. Did you watch it?
It was not
Oh,
him.
it was not him.
Oh,
I know who
okay.
you're talking about though.
Okay, that's not the same guy.
That was
It's that ass. What is it?
Mr.
He's
Krabs.
Mr.
I
Krabs.
saw this.
Oh yeah,
Yes, he
it
is.
was Mr.
Oh, I saw. I
Krabs.
gotta see if I can find this post.
I always think of him as
Um,
the villain in Highlander,
Okay, all right.
not Donald Sutherland. But
The other guy.
yeah.
Who are you talking about?
The guy off Highlander. He just talks like.
Oh yeah. Okay, so switch over to this. This is called the actors you recognize but can't name starter pack.
Yep.
100%.
Every single one of them. I
Yeah.
recognize every single one of them. I don't.
Yep.
I don't think I know a single one's name.
You could expand that list a lot, and I would not know.
There
Oh,
are
yeah.
so
I'm right
many.
there too.
Yeah, who's
Yep.
that guy? Second row down, first column.
That guy?
Yeah, who's that?
Freaking. I don't know.
I just remember him in Suits.
He's in
Yeah.
Suits, but he's also Bobby's dad in Talladega Nights.
Oh yeah.
That guy's in the.
Yeah.
That guy.
You
Second
gotta
row.
learn to drive with the fear.
Second row, second over.
Yep.
He's in everything.
Yep.
He's an Armageddon.
Armageddon, yeah.
That dude was in Heroes.
I could stay awake.
That guy in the top right was Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh yeah, he was in a bunch of Drew Carey show as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not Third Rock. That's what I meant.
That
Drew
was
Carey
Drew
show.
Carey.
Freaking.
brother, the
What's
bald
his
guy.
name? What's his name in Happy Gilmore?
Shooter
McGavin.
Shooter
Oh,
McGavin.
shooter.
Bottom right got smothered by a pillow in Jurassic World.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, where?
Scroll down. How many more we got?
That's it for this one. Let me see. There might be more though.
Oh, I know the
Isn't
Asian
that one
guy.
that Joe Chen or
Oh, it's the
something?
same.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is another
John
one.
Chow or something.
I have a lot of the same faces, though.
Oh, like him. That guy.
I don't recognize some of
That
them.
That guy.
The Latino guy.
Freaking,
Which one?
Which one?
Oh,
the monkey goes up
Hector?
his butt.
You're talking about
Yeah.
Hector.
His name is Hector in like 4 movies that he stars
Yeah,
in.
oh,
And his
Hector.
name is Hector in real life, I want to say.
Hector's
This guy-
running 3 Civics. Right?
What
Yeah.
the heck, dude? That's so freaking funny.
Oh, that's funny. Another Fast and Furious guy, the Asian guy on the bottom.
This
Oh
guy?
yeah, he drove the S2000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
This guy's
was a
always kind of like a
douche.
Yeah, he
sleazy.
was.
He's like a sleazy boss.
Yeah, he was. What's his name in Dark Knight or Batman Begins?
You know what
Oh, yeah.
though? This is what I would strive
Got
to
that
be. Is
Russian
I
guy.
wish I could be one of these guys that like it's kind of like C-list celebrities that just kind of
But
Well, they're like
like
A-list, C-list.
That's Julius
though.
Caesar
Yeah.
in Rome.
yeah.
Third,
Here's the
right.
annoying thing though. Wouldn't it be annoying if you're famous enough that people recognize you to the point that they'll talk to you, but then they're like, "You're that one guy. The dude. You're the
Yeah.
thing." And like
Uh-huh.
none of them ever
Yep.
know who you are, but they still always talk.
and then you're
to you.
like True Lies. Yep.
"Yep,
Yeah.
no, no, that's not it."
Well, I mean,
Can I get your autograph? If you can tell me my name, yes. Like,
we've had that a few times, you and I.
Yeah.
Because there was one. Were you with me when we went into CVS? There was one convention where I went into CVS and we had this really long receipt, and the lady's like, "I know you," and you're like, "I'm like, you know me?" I'm like, "I live in Utah." She's like, "No, I know you're on YouTube." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you do know me."
Okay.
She's like, "Yeah, you're from that show." And I'm like,
well done.
I don't know
Where are we
whether
gonna-
or not to like start.
Right?
I'm just curious to see where this goes, but I'll let her string her on.
It reminds-
Tell me about myself.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that episode of Friends where Phoebe's twin sister is in porn. And so people start seeing Phoebe and they're like, how do I know? And it's like, yeah, you're sick. You're sick. She starts getting all pissed at him. When people recognize you, you should do that. It's like, well, I'm in
So
porn.
good.
Have you seen some of my movies? Like,
So
Funny,
good.
put them in a real awkward spot.
Oh my gosh. It reminds me of that story of Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg.
Yes,
People
I was gonna
make-
bring that up.
People mix them up.
Yeah, all the
And
time.
so they have an agreement with each other that they'll just sign each other's
it's
autographs.
not Mark Wahlberg though. I
pretty
thought it was
sure it
Ben
was.
Affleck and Matt Damon.
No.
No, those two.
No, it was Mark Wahlberg and Matt Damon.
Okay.
And I was like, they look nothing alike.
But they get
even a
mixed up
little.
all the time, and they have an agreement where they just go with it. Is that what you said?
That's
Like,
funny.
yeah, they're like, we'll just sign each other's, like, they're like, they get him to say their name. Like, you're Matt Damon. He's like, sure.
Matt Damon.
This will actually make you proud. Did you see that interview with Mark Wahlberg on Ellen DeGeneres?
No.
So Mark Wahlberg was on there, and he was like, "Yeah," and
Say hi to
it
your
was
mother for me.
it was just a snippet, and he's like, "I can do more pull-ups than Dwayne the Rock Johnson." He's like, "I can do 40 of them clean." And they're like, "What?" And so they pull out a pull-up bar for him to do it. He's not even getting to 20, dude, and he's like, he's going down to like this, and
Well-
like not clean at all.
It wasn't. I think I did see that,
Did
but
you?
I thought he was going down, but it wasn't. He wasn't
Oh,
going
that's
up.
what it
Like,
was. That's
just-
what it was.
Was it during that, when they made that movie? What was it?
movie?
No Pain, No Gain or something like that? That movie with
Oh,
Mark
yeah,
Wahlberg
yeah.
and him where there's roid heads and they're like trying to steal money.
Based
or
off a
something?
true story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this was more recent.
was
I
that?
don't know.
Either
Wahlberg
way,
and
I thought it was
Dwayne The Rock.
hilarious. I sent it to
But
Jess.
did you see all the people? A bunch of people put out a whole thing of like making fun of it. Like people on like bench press that were just barely like.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
yeah, that's
those
been a
videos.
thing. The
like
the
when
women's
people-
competitive bench pressing,
but
where
no, it was like
they put
specific.
the weight on and it's literally like
Yeah.
But they were specifically
Backs
like
arched.
making fun of the Mark Wahlberg thing though. Like,
Well, it's
look,
kinda
I
like-
could do like 40 sets or type thing, and yeah.
It's like those videos where you see the girl with like a taco or something and she dips it in the sauce and then she bites where the sauce isn't. And then it cuts to a whole bunch of videos of people like, they'll like take a drink and just pour it out, like completely miss and like do something stupid.
Yeah.
But it's so funny.
I wanted to bring up, did you guys see in the news, gosh, and I'm going to butcher this because I saw it in passing and I wanted to revisit it, but apparently we've been receiving a signal that's repetitive from outer space.
No.
What?
Yeah, dude.
What's it repeating?
I don't know. That's where I wanted to look into it
Run.
more. So I'm hoping Cam can find some news on it because that was one where I was like, I need to keep that in mind. Anything? I hope.
So it says they've Oops.
That was the sound.
Greetings.
We just
That's exactly the sound. I was playing it.
I'm hungry.
From within me.
That you?
No, it was
That was me. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Strange repetitive radio signal detected in space isn't the first to puzzle scientists.
yeah.
So they call them FRBs, fast radio bursts.
It's just our satellites coming back to us.
Is it?
No,
Is that
I
all?
don't know.
Oh,
I mean,
Oh, actually, another story after. That
Okay.
reminded me of something.
That's good.
Let's see. It was kind of spooky.
anything good? Anything juicy?
Says these bright radio bursts that last milliseconds are speculated to come from high-energy astrophysical process that are not fully understood. Some of them are one-offs, while others repeat. An FRB called FRB 180916.J0158 plus 65, that seems unnecessary, was discovered in February 2020, appearing several times per day for 4 days before falling silent for slightly more than 12 days. The overall 16-day-ish cycle could give an important clue to the nature of its source.
So I came across this, I don't know if it was this specific article, but then almost immediately following, remember that weird mirror column that like appeared in southern Utah?
Yes.
The monolith?
Yes.
It reappeared again.
It like on the other side of the world, didn't it? It was
I don't know.
It's like in Africa or something.
In Africa?
Yeah.
I thought it was still in the U.S.
I thought it was Vegas.
No, maybe it was Vegas. Monolith.
Wait, what is it called? Monolith.
Column.
What, did it disappear from Utah?
Yeah, dude.
What?
Monolith.
Oh yeah, it
around the
ditched
world.
Utah a while ago. This one's 2 days ago.
There it is.
So we know Monolith timeline.
How big is it? That doesn't look very big.
It's tall. People were getting on top of it. It's like 6 or 7 feet.
Oh, okay. So
Man,
but
that's
it's not like
expensive
it's not
hoax.
like 20 feet though.
No.
So is it just like people just putting it in
Where
a
the
trailer, and setting it up, and taking a photo?
It was
of
discovered in a
Kinda
remote
seems that
desert
way.
canyon, Utah. Helicopter counting big horseshoe, deeply embedded in the rock. Blah blah blah.
Looks like the Cybertruck bumper.
Right? Exactly.
I've been seeing more and more of those
Yeah.
around.
People got them as investments. I don't think they're going to do very well.
How is it going to be an investment?
They thought because it was going to be like a novelty thing. There wasn't going to be that many of them. They had like the first ones to come so they could sell them and people aren't buying them from them.
What are you going to do if you have to work on one?
I'll
Yeah.
work on it. I'll figure it out.
Look at this. So the very day that the Utah monolith disappeared, a new monolith surfaced on November 27th. I didn't even hear about this one. Romanian newspapers reported finding another one outside the city of Piatra Neamț
Now,
on the plateau of Batka Doemni,
Betka.
near an archaeological site.
What is it?
It's like this shiny kind of stainless steel like triangle
When they tear it
prism.
apart.
I guess it's a prism.
Why didn't somebody get it out of there?
Creepy. I don't know, man.
But like look how it's like almost embedded
What if
in
it's
the
like
rock.
pinpoints for aliens?
I'm going to put one in my front yard.
Crop circles.
Yes.
Just put
Tourist
one-
attraction.
Just put one, yeah, just put,
Monolith found in Chris Hummel's yard.
And
Everyone.
then was it now Pine Mountain
popped out of the
in
ground like daisies.
Atascadero? The
Weird.
California monolith is another triangular prism, 10 feet tall, about 18 inches wide. Same height as the Utah and Romanian ones, but a little narrower.
It's somebody's
What's so
just copycatting
What's
it,
so
right?
spooky
Yeah.
about it? Like I don't
It's just
get
the
it.
unknown.
They just show up.
Yeah, dude. They just like
Right.
overnight.
I just don't see why it couldn't just be a couple of guys back
It
a
probably
trailer
is.
in and
It probably is.
Huh.
I mean, we don't know. That's the spookiness behind it. A lot of conspiracy theories.
So apparently the one in California was done by Travis Kenny, his father Randall Kenny, Wade McKenzie, and Jared Riddle, local metal artists. They were inspired by the appearance of the other two monoliths, figuring that there are 3 monoliths in 2001 Space Odyssey. They decided to complete the trilogy themselves. Weird.
What's that guy doing?
I don't want to know.
That's why we clicked
I don't want to
away.
know. I don't want to know.
Speaking of conspiracy theories, I saw. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard there's the conspiracy theory behind Monster, the energy drink.
Yeah.
and that
That
it's-
one lady talking about all the
Yeah. So the three, the if you were to take one of the scratch lines in Hebrew, it's the number 6, and so you have 3 of them, 666.
Mark
And-
of the beast.
yeah,
Yeah,
buddy.
man.
You're
And-
drinking the mark of the beast.
Exactly. So the conspiracy is that it's like all satanic and everything. Well, their latest flavor is called Bad Apple, and the image on it is Eve eating the apple. And then on the back, it even has like writing that says like something along the lines of like, this isn't your regular apple juice. This will make you want to leave the Garden of Eden for it, and blah blah blah. So
They're just leaning into it at that point.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Marketing.
the other one was part to go on with the slashes was the O has like a cross in it. It's like, or no, it's the T or something. There's something
Oh,
about it
yeah,
there.
yeah.
When you go to drink it, it goes upside down, and it's like a upside down cross or something.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
I guess there's a UFC fighter too that every time he comes into the ring, he'll do a hand signal of the cross over the monster symbol, and then like flip it off and stuff every time he enters the ring.
Really?
And he swears that anyone who signs to Monster for a sponsor is
Is
like,
he the one who like puts it under the table?
I don't
Oh,
know.
I've seen that guy post interview.
Yeah, what is he?
That's where Red Bull came from.
No.
Is it Monster or
They
what
got
is
angel wings. They got the angel
maybe.
wings.
I know
They
who. I know
counteract.
who you're
It
talking
kills
about.
you, makes you go to heaven. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, he takes down all the drinks because he doesn't want free advertising on him.
it? Yeah.
So yeah, you have to pay to get like.
So going off of what you made me think of earlier about like the space stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Voyager 1 probe started transmitting a bunch of weird like gobbledygook and just like weird stuff, right? It turns out it was malfunctioning. It was like basically breaking down. It's one of our oldest probes, farthest out, right?
Okay.
How far is it? You know?
Freaking far.
Oh,
Sorry.
cool. Cool.
Can't help
So
but laugh.
far.
So far.
But apparently it was malfunctioning, and
around.
they're like this thing's done. Like it's been going since the 70s, like 77. Its primary goal of conducting close-up studies of Jupiter and Saturn in a 5-year mission, however, has continued and is now approaching a half-century in operation. Voyager 1 crossed into interstellar space in August of 2012, making it the first human-made object to venture out of our solar system.
That's cool.
Wow. Really?
It's currently traveling at 37,800 miles per hour.
Holy crap.
So the recent problem was related to one of the spacecraft's 3 onboard computers, which are responsible for packaging the science and engineering data before it's sent to Earth. Unable to repair a broken chip, the JPL team decided to move the corrupted code elsewhere, a tricky job considering the old technology. The computers on Voyager 1 and its sister probe Voyager 2 have less than 70 kilobytes of memory in total,
Oh my gosh.
the equivalent of a low-resolution computer image.
So we sent a microwave to space.
Probably not even
It
as
was-
powerful.
Dude,
In 1977.
man. What are we finding out from it though?
They transmitted
Nothing?
a fix from Earth on April 18th, but it took 2 days to assess if it had been successful, as the radio signal takes about 22 and a half hours to reach Voyager 1 and another 22 and a half hours to get back. That seems fast
Yeah.
That does seem fast.
for being out of our solar system.
Yeah. Speed of light, man.
Dang.
Right.
Is this sound? I guess.
No, it would be sound.
When the
There's
mission,
no air. You're in a
Oh.
vacuum. It's light.
it's a radio signal.
That's a radio signal.
Yeah, wouldn't it be? It's a radio
Oh, it'd
signal.
be radioactive.
Freak. What the heck is
Radioactive.
Look at us. We're so smart.
Ed, I never claimed
But-
to know much about much.
Turns out whatever they did fixed it, so it works again.
No way. Dude, that's amazing.
So they continued to collect data from it.
See, America, there's still hope.
what
Oh,
data
man.
though? What kind of
more
data
about
can it
engineers
possibly share? It's
Says they'll
cold.
be too far out of range in about a decade to share anything. But what is it?
Could you imagine? Just imagine you're a new computer programmer and you're supposed to rewrite code for this machine that was built back in the 70s. You have to open up some ancient books, man.
Still zeros and ones, right?
Yeah, but still, I don't know. That's crazy.
Voyager 1.
You have to use a pencil.
Yeah. It's just maddening.
It reminds me of those.
I don't even know.
It reminds me of those movies where they have to bring the guy out of retirement because he's the only one that knows the technology. Blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah.
So it had a camera on it, but apparently it's turned off.
Oh, we forgot to flip the on switch before we.
It was on for a long time.
We forgot.
It took its last image, the solar system family portrait, in 1990. The cameras were turned off to save power and memory for the instruments expected to detect the new charged particle environment of interstellar space. So they're basically like, I think it's collecting data on like the particles and the things that are out there in the space and just telling us what they are. I used to take pictures. It's so crazy.
So if they were to send one now, then like 50 years from now, would it be
Well,
similar?
they just sent the James Webb out
Yeah.
Yeah.
couple
that
like
one's
a year or two
sweet.
ago.
How far away is that one?
James Webb is awesome.
Yeah, some of those pictures are
Those
crazy.
pictures are incredible,
Yeah, dude,
man.
they're crazy.
But like
I
if that
love
one's in
them.
constant motion, like this other one, then 50 years from now, it could be at the end of this solar system as well, right?
It's yeah.
It's
Probably going
the Webb-
faster.
Is the James Webb? Is it on a path to keep taking pictures as it
Right
goes?
now, oh wait, it's
Sure. Is it
currently
orbiting?
located at the Lagrange point 2, which is a gravitationally stable location, about 1.5 million kilometers from Earth. This location is known as the Sun-Earth L2 orbit.
Okay.
So I guess it's in orbit
Oh.
because they use it to. It's basically we put a telescope out in space
Yeah.
and we point it at different things. We're like, take a picture.
But it
Look at
does
that,
like
take a picture.
infrared and all that, which some
Oh,
of
it
those
does
pictures are
crazy stuff. You know the one you want to feel small?
No,
All
I
right.
hate these.
Dude,
How do you
I
do?
absolutely love these.
Yeah.
These are my favorite things ever. I love feeling tiny.
This one,
just a normal
this one
thing for
blows
me.
my mind.
It's a Saturday afternoon.
I like to think average.
I'm well below.
No, I legitimately like if we go slot canyons and stuff like that. I love being like next to things that are so tall that make me just
Right.
feel so small.
Dude, I love being up in the mountains in the middle of the night and just staring
Oh
at the
yeah.
sky.
Oh yeah.
Okay, look at this
Like
picture.
every single one of those dots has its own planet system. Every single one.
Push the button.
Oh,
Push that button.
did I press it? I don't even know if I pressed it.
Those are galaxies, aren't they?
So every one of these is not a star.
Oh, I've seen this.
It is an entire galaxy.
Sorry, I ruined it. I'm
Every
sorry.
single one.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
You
You,
didn't
you
ruin
just
anything.
smart, bro. You smart. You loyal.
So this is from. So to give context, this is
Another
from the
one.
James Webb satellite.
Every single one of them, that like is a freaking galaxy.
Well, you didn't even share the
Like, look
the
at that.
best part.
Look at that.
Which one's Star Wars?
What's the best part?
You think you're on a planet?
Oh, that's
Zoom out.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Well,
gotta
even
zoom
that is
out.
like a tiny square.
Well, so
Is that the one where it's like
Yeah, that you got to go back to that page.
'Cause it's
They
like
give
that.
you the ability to zoom out.
where?
Oh, you're on the wrong one.
Oh.
If
Find
you go
the
to the
zoomable
James
one.
Webb's,
Is it this one?
no, you got to
No,
go to the
that's
James
Star.
Webb's website, and they actually give you the ability to zoom completely out. So basically,
Is that not?
Oh, that one's cool.
astronomers were able to find this one little
Nebula.
tiny square of black sky. Like, and so
Uh-huh.
they were just like, hey, let's just point our telescope at this spot with the James Webb telescope or whatever and see what's in there.
Yeah.
And so they took a picture, and that is that square.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
And when you look at the grant, like the big picture of like what they saw in the night sky, and it's like this little itty bitty square, you're like, holy crap. That's
Get
what makes you feel
past,
tiny, man.
turn it around.
What?
Nothing. I just think.
I love that.
Dude, this is the background on
think
my
you're on-
Steam Deck.
What does that comedian say? You think you're. Oh, I can't remember.
Which
can't even
comedian is that? I know. Which
No,
one
I
you're
know
talking about.
exactly who it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot his name.
He's the one that does
Makes
all the
no
Batman
sense.
stuff.
Yes.
Makes no effing sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think you're on
I
a
think-
planet, or like you think you're? Yeah, I can't.
His bit about
Zoom
God
out.
and atheist is
Oh,
freaking the
so
best.
good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So wait, you're telling me you believe in nothing that can't be explained, that you don't
And we go into nothing.
What does he say? That's Christianity, biatch. Or that's God. He says, that's God.
Yeah, I sent that to my dad. I was like, okay, open it when I'm around. And then he's all laughing about it. And then it says, I forgot it said the word at the end. I was like, oh. He's like, oh.
He's right.
I'm not supposed to laugh at that.
I can't be mad.
Nebulas are cool.
Do you know what blows my mind? Is that freaking probe could fly so long without getting nailed by something.
It's because
Yeah.
it's not like there's
Right?
millions of asteroids out there. There are flying around, but the space is so grand.
I've heard that actually
love that
before.
word.
That it's like you think that it's just this debris filled, but
Yeah.
like
There's a whole lot of nothing up there. Whole lot of empty space.
Till it gets picked up by an alien spaceship.
What about those games that are going on off the coast of Florida?
Games.
what games?
Russian war games.
What?
Oh,
Russian war games? Do tell.
They've got a submarine. They've got a warship.
I've heard about going to
They've got-
Cuba or something.
Yeah,
right?
right off. Yeah, they're
wait. I've seen this one.
well.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh yeah. Same thing.
I've seen this.
Bringing back the
This
draft.
looks familiar.
Things are happening.
Is that Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
No, but for real. Yeah.
Speaking of bringing back the draft, I just saw a thing saying that they're looking at adding women to the draft now.
They're
too.
streamlining it. Well, they push for equal rights.
Right?
I mean, that's
I saw a video.
True.
I saw this. I saw this video, and it was like this woman who was like, "Hey, that woman that pushed for equal rights. If I could just find out who that was."
Right?
No, she's like, shut the
Oh, that
we had a good gig going on.
we had a good gig.
We had a good gig going on.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
Did you see Justin Timberlake got arrested?
Yeah, DUI. You freaking idiot. You got enough money, man. Get a taxi.
I just saw this thing today that the cop arresting him, I guess, didn't know who he was. And he was like, oh, this is going to ruin the tour. And they're like, what tour? And he's like, the world tour?
You know what? I'm just going to start
Like, I don't
dropping
understand
stuff
what
like
you're
that.
saying, son.
Oh, this is going to ruin it. The world tour.
Yeah.
What world tour? The world tour.
Will you look up with the Russian? Did we do any show of force with them when they came down?
What'd they come down with? Just a little tiny submarine boat?
A submarine, like a battleship, a frigate, like two
Jeez.
things. They're doing war games right off the coast. Like they were 30
Really?
miles from the coast of Florida at one point.
You want to try
30 miles.
Okay,
30 miles.
here's the thing, Russia.
Cuba's only, what,
if you
60
want to
miles?
intimidate anyone, don't try and intimidate Florida, man. What are you doing? No.
Rednecks on the beach. I get here.
Gotta do that whole.
Florida rednecks, too.
What's that bit?
You got
from-
your 50 cal? I ain't shooting. It's $10 a round.
Who's that? Who's that comedian that does the bit on Down syndrome a lot?
Oh, gosh, dang
He just
it.
shared a bunch of it.
I know. Shane Gillis.
Shane
Yeah.
Gillis.
Yeah.
My favorite part is when he's making fun of his wife's ex-boyfriend who was a Marine.
Yeah.
Navy SEAL.
And Navy SEAL, and he's like,
yeah.
they're a bunch of pussies.
He's like,
He's like, you want to know what real bravery is? Those guys out there in pajamas
talking about
throwing rocks at
the
your tank.
Taliban. Just think about it. You're out there with your bros.
They're doing pull-ups.
Yeah. They're proud of themselves, too.
Yeah, you want some of this?
Then he goes,
That's bravery. No gear
I'm
at
not
all.
a Taliban. What does he say? I'm not a Taliban. What's the word? I don't emphasize, or I don't have empathy for him. But he
Yeah.
goes, it does suck. Yeah. What did he say? I can't remember.
That was so funny, man.
No, did you see North Korea and Russia have like officially
Alliance.
yeah.
Become friends. Sketchy.
They're gonna invade one another.
What's North Korea? Oh, they just want to put missiles on North Korea. That would scare everyone.
it is?
Sure.
Oh, dude.
Well, heck yeah. North Korea's been trying their hardest to get that little that little pond skipper to make it all the way to the coast.
Reminds me of October Sky.
The Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah. Where he keeps trying to build a rocket, it keeps blowing up. Can't get it high enough till the end.
So apparently, 3 Russian ships and a nuclear-powered submarine arrived in Cuban waters on Wednesday ahead of military exercises in the Caribbean. While the exercises aren't considered a threat to the U.S., American ships were deployed to shadow the Russian U.S. officials, told CBS News.
Can't we all just get along?
Right? The warships were seen arriving at Havana's harbor on Wednesday morning and were expected to stay until Monday. So that would have been a couple days ago. Right? That wasn't yesterday. That was on the 12th.
It's all we're just talking about casually. That's kind of a big...
That bit with
Right,
that
dude?
guy talking about the Dale Earnhardt submarine. Put a big number 3 on it.
The Home Depot.
Oh, it's the number 3 boat. We got the...
It's like there's no need to paint them the color of the sky or the ocean anymore. Like you can see them. It's like brighten that shit up. Home Depot orange.
But the Budweiser, whatever.
We got the butt fucker
M&Ms.
upper 8,000.
Man.
We got 3 of them. Ass to missile, or missile to ass,
Yeah.
or whatever he says. Oh man, it cracked me up.
I don't know if it's still the same, but I remember at one time there was a statistic that was like the U.S. Navy has more ships, that has twice as many ships as the rest of the world combined.
Wow, that's crazy.
I was talking to a friend of mine not too long ago that's Air Force, and we got on that topic, and we got on the topic of the Ukrainian war and Russia, and he was just saying, he's like, Ukraine was winning with jets and things that are so outdated. He's like, so if Ukraine can win with what they've got, he's like, I'm not worried. So
Yeah.
just
Till they
hearing
hit the
it from
button.
him, I'm like, okay. Like,
Well,
not that I had doubts, but...
Do you think Putin had hit that big red button though? That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
He kind of twitchy.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Das Vidania.
Like there's so there's so much, like you would be changing the world forever. And
Even just one...
Would he care?
I think you would make yourself public enemy number 1
By
of the whole
everyone.
world.
Yeah, like pressing that button, you pretty much are committing suicide while killing loads of others.
So it's like even if you think you're doing the right thing, you won't be around to see it.
He's not thinking he's doing the right thing. We win.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the extreme version of a kamikaze, right?
But here's
Yeah.
the thing though with that.
Yeah.
Would the U.S. still retaliate and send him back? Would we though?
I don't
Depends
know.
on who's in
I
charge.
hope not.
Well, I hope none of it happens. Of course.
Well, yeah.
but he's spooky.
So
You know, kind of... Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to say kind of on this... I don't know what it means because I'm not smart with this stuff. But I saw that the treaty that we had with Saudi Arabia, it was like a 50-year treaty for the oil and things that ran out and they didn't renew it. And so we lost our oil deal with Saudi.
Did we?
Like I said, I don't know what that...
Huh.
But
That must be why the big push for electric vehicles, even though that doesn't.
I heard somewhere it affects like the dollar or something. I don't know. I wish
But,
it would, but
California has a mandate by 2030,
2035.
2035 that they have to be all electric. They're like, but we don't have the infrastructure to charge all the electric cars.
They can't even do it right now.
Right.
Like in the heat of summer when everyone's using AC and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was last year or the year before or both. They don't allow them to charge their vehicles.
It's buying the cart before the horse, you know?
Yeah.
jeez.
Gosh, man, it's like, and then on top of that, I would imagine a lot of these vehicles come with the ability built in so that they can manually shut them off, which is terrifying.
That is.
Well, and I just saw a thing. California wants to start taxing per mile.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the other issue. There's so many electric cars, they don't get enough on the gas tax to take care of the roads.
Oh my gosh.
So they have to try to come up with a different way of doing it.
Wow.
And it's
Crazy.
Toll roads are bullshit.
Yeah, dude.
Our tax money
they are.
pays for the toll road, and then we got to pay to use the stupid thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of taxes, did you see that? That's one of Trump's things in his run is he wants to get rid of federal tax and then raise tariffs.
That'd be
Yeah,
amazing.
he wants to get rid of income tax and something else, and then raise tariffs.
Oh, that would be so.
Is that just a running
great.
thing, though?
I-
Vote for me.
Well, that's the hard
Free
thing.
ice
It's
cream
like,
for everyone.
the hardest thing is it never relies as much on the president because they get in there, but then they
Right.
have the Senate and the freaking House that they have to get everything through,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the judicial.
Well, not if they just start signing again. Everybody's
Yeah, but then
signing.
it might work for a day or like a month, and then the other ones will be like, no.
That's why everybody
can't
gets,
do that.
But the thing is everybody gets frustrated with the gridlock in Washington. But that's what it's designed
It's
to
made
do.
for that. Everything's
Yeah.
supposed to move slow.
So to switch things up a little bit, did you guys hear about the couple in Europe that missed out on 220 million by not playing their number?
What?
Yeah, so they have a like a Powerball over in Europe or something similar where you have to play certain numbers.
Power's fair.
And she had yes,
That's here.
and this girl had played these same
I'm
numbers for like weeks on end, and then she forgot to pay for the numbers to register
To renew them.
to renew them.
Yeah.
And that week it dropped.
Oh,
Every single number to the dot. They would have won $220 million.
Euros?
Pounds?
Maybe. I don't know.
Euros.
It might have been converted to USD when I read it. Because it said dollars.
Did it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just a little money.
But could you
dang.
imagine? I'd be
my
sick to my stomach.
Life-changing
For
money.
life.
Would you play again? Or would you be like, screw this?
I mean, the odds of it happening once
Right.
are astronomical, but twice?
And then they don't do it, and then it happens again.
second week in a row.
Oh, man. Makes
That's
me
like,
feel so bad.
do you remember that story from
That's
years?
right.
That's like God's like, bro, I'm trying to help you, you friggin' idiot.
That's like, do you remember that story years ago? I want to say it was like in the 90s or something like that. The guy won the lottery and they wanted him to reenact him scratching the ticket
Oh,
for
yeah.
the news, and he won another 10 grand on the news, like live.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at that. Let's try again.
I think he went on to win a third time.
That dude's
No
been on
way.
a crossroads.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That dude's been on the crossroads.
I guess there's like a trick to it. There's a Netflix series. I haven't watched it, but someone was telling me there's a Netflix series of this couple that they travel around doing
Oh.
scratch.
No, they don't travel around. I actually just watched it. It was really good.
But there's some kind of algorithm or something
Well, no,
to it, right?
so he's a numbers guy. He basically was like an analyst or
A
something.
savant.
Yeah,
Honest.
basically. And in the movie, he worked for Kellogg's, and they basically were like punching out his line. They were ending it, and so they were basically forcing him into retirement because he was of retirement age, and so he just got bored and he found a flaw in the math for this one jackpot.
Oh.
And so he realized if they bought enough tickets, they were guaranteed to win. And so then they started taking their winnings and buying more and more and more. And every single time there was like a drop, they'd win. And then they started getting their city involved, and like it got really big.
Dang. Huh.
And it went on for, I think it last ended in like 2008. Like it was recent. It not like it happened.
Lottery Rain Man.
Yeah. He won a lot of money, and I guess they did a lot of good for the city.
That's
It was a
cool.
really good film. It has Bryan Cranston in it.
Oh,
I
nice.
was telling my father-in-law that it's a lot like Breaking Bad, but family edition.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I just saw him in an episode of X-Files. His brain exploded.
Nice.
You're watching like
Very
the old
nice.
ones?
Oh yeah, dude. I love that show. It's
I
so
did
need
good.
to
when I
go
was
back.
younger.
I'm in
Dude.
season 6.
Do you know what the one that
The-
Oh, go ahead.
No, say it.
The one that terrified me? It was the one with the bugs that petrified people.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
No, the one that like scarred me for life was the sewer people.
With the weird mouth.
Yeah, they had like
Yep.
the sucker mouth.
That's
and-
like the first
Oh
season.
my gosh, that was awful.
Those things are creepy.
The one that got me was the intro, because that's all I ever made it. Like,
Dude, I remember as a kid, my dad watched it,
bounce out.
and it freaked me out.
Couldn't do it.
I
Dude,
remember
the first movie, because I think they've made one or two others since, but the first movie with the aliens where the UFOs under the ice, that was so good.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember that?
Now it makes sense why I didn't understand that. They made a reference to that in season 6, and I was like, I don't friggin' remember that episode.
Oh,
I think I missed watching the movie when it's supposed to be watched.
You know what makes me mad? So I had a similar situation with
Yeah.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They referenced Dee doing something, and I'm like, she never did that, because we were watching it in sequential order, in order. And I'm like, that never happened. What the heck are they talking about? Well, we did a quick search, and sure enough, Hulu removed an episode because Dee, the woman in the show, gets blackface, and she pretends to be Puerto Rican. And so we were dying. It was easily the funniest episode of the entire series so far.
Dumb.
But it was just, anyway.
I got blacklisted.
is that what it was?
Yes, it literally, The X-Files, Fight for the Future. This movie takes place directly after season 5 finale and sets the stage for season 6. I just transitioned from 5 to 6.
You just transitioned.
Just did.
Good for you.
You're welcome.
You're gonna
Welcome.
yeah.
You're so brave.
Oh my God. Shut up. I heard it when I said it.
Hey, on the whole controversial thing, you see Just Stop Oil? Is that their thing?
Yeah.
Just Stop Oil? They just spray painted Stonehenge.
Oh, so dumb.
What?
Losers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they spray painted
Those
it.
idiots.
Bright orange.
They're the ones
Oh,
who
it's-
And
threw
then
paint on the
after
paintings,
that,
right?
I don't know if it was after or before, they broke into a UK airport and are spray painting planes.
Private jets.
Mhm, private jets and planes.
One of them, I guess, was T Swift's. I don't know if
Yeah,
that was
get
true
her.
or not. Yeah, the jets, is still messed up as that is. That makes a little more
That
sense.
makes the most sense.
But why attack history? That
They just want attention.
Well, yeah, and all this crap they do at the
Art
Mona
galleries
Lisa,
and
the
stuff,
art galleries, all that stuff.
I saw one where the guy glued his hand to the street,
Yeah.
and they had to basically skin his hand to get him off.
I just left
Should
him
have
there.
left him. Be
Darwinism.
like, cool. What are you gonna do about this? See how long he lives? People feeding him or something. I don't know.
It's like the old school. What are the thing where you're stockades, right? To me, that's like that same type of deal. I
Throw
don't know.
tomatoes at him.
Yes. Yes.
Torture.
On the darker side, this actually happened a while ago. But did you guys see that guy that lit himself on fire
Ugh.
in
Oh, I
retaliation?
heard about that.
Of what?
So I don't know what when it was happening. I caught it live.
Wasn't it for Palestine?
It was happening during Trump's trial,
Oh.
and he lit himself on fire outside of wherever it was happening, and they didn't know exactly what his cause was for.
Oh, he didn't have a
Oh my
manifesto.
gosh!
That was at the time. More information may have come out since then.
He forgot to
but
take it out of his pocket.
I remember watching it going like, so
That's terrible. It is.
okay. And the craziest thing is the person that's there on the news and they're reporting, and all of a sudden it just starts happening, and she goes into detail on it. She's just saying everything that she's seeing, and you can hear the people screaming. But then it goes then the camera pans over and kind of shows some stuff. Shows a guy on fire, and it shows one guy run over, goes to take off his jacket and throw it on him, and then he rethinks. He's like, nah. He puts his jacket back on. He was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not.
He's like, man, this is a really good jacket.
I really like
I don't
this
think-
jacket.
Well, it's like, remember,
An anniversary present.
right?
Well, it was
A
more so.
$300 jacket.
I mean, there's that side too, but also
Did you ever see?
at what
Like-
point, there's no way he's recovering from that.
Yeah.
No way.
What? It's a matter of
Oh, he's gonna
What do
die.
they say? It's-
Infections,
yeah. They say what if it's 80% of your body, or maybe less. Maybe it's 50%. If you burn over 50% of your body, the odds of living is slim to none because of infection and stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be terrible.
Gosh, so stupid. Oh man. I saw one. I gotta hurry and. I don't know if it's real news or not, because it's not like anywhere else right
Is it
now.
from one of those Indian websites like me?
Probably. No.
While you look that up, I wanted to share this little bit of news that I thought was hilarious. Apparently, there's an elephant in India who her baby, like the elephant's baby, was poached, and for whatever reason, this woman got attached to the poaching. And so this elephant and this woman had been battling for like, I don't know how long.
What?
But anyway, the elephant, dude, I want you to pull it up because it's
like
a crazy
vendetta.
story.
The elephant has a
Yeah,
vendetta
the
against the
elephant.
lady.
Elephants do not forget, right? And so apparently, at some point, the lady actually passes. The elephant, get this, showed up to her funeral and stomped on her dead body.
Shut up. What?
That is awesome.
Like they had a vendetta against each other. I think it's hilarious. I'm like, this, I hope it's real. Because if not, I just told a really farce story. But I'm like, that sounds so, like, it sounds so crazy that it could be true. You know, because you always hear that, like, elephants never forget type stuff.
Oh, wait. So I think it's a little worse.
Wait,
I
what?
think it trampled her to death.
Oh, it
And
trampled.
then it went to her funeral.
That's what it was. Yes.
And
I
did
just-
it again.
And did it again.
So an Indian woman was reportedly trampled to death by an elephant, said to have returned to her funeral later that same day, terrorized a village, and attacked her corpse while villagers were performing her last rites.
So this woman
This is-
poached, or
She was associated with the
It
poachers.
didn't
don't
say anything
know.
like that. It just said that she was trampled to death. Let's see. Somewhere between the ages 60 and 70 was reportedly killed by an elephant. Was said to have been collecting water in Raipai village outside of Dalma Wildlife Sanctuary.
I don't know if she's like reminded her of a poacher or what, but that story caught me in stitches after reading it. I was like, it sounds so crazy.
That elephant just didn't like her face.
The elephant again trampled her dead body, threw it, and fled. Wrote the publication. Oh my gosh.
Hey, you're back.
I'm back.
Welcome.
Oh, so we also came across social media users who claimed that the woman threw stones at the elephant while,
That's what it was.
poachers took away the elephant's baby. So she was helping him. She got what she deserved.
gosh, that's awful.
So she was distracting the elephant while they took the baby.
Acts of revenge, baby.
Elephants are
That's
smart,
justice.
What do they call? What was that one movie with Gerard Butler?
Machine Gun Preacher?
No, that sounds fun though.
Law-abiding
Man. The
citizen.
machine
Yes.
gun preacher.
Law-abiding elephant, baby. Revenge. It was a
Never heard of
revenge
Machine
story.
Gun Preacher?
No, I
Never
need
heard.
to. I've heard great
Machine-
things.
I've
It's
seen
based off a true story.
a little bit
Really?
of Velocipastor.
Oh, dude, I saw that. I saw
So
that.
stupid.
I haven't seen, like, I saw it in passing. I'm like, there's no way that's real.
I
It's
did
real.
try to watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey the other day.
And?
It's so dumb.
Is
So
it?
bad. So bad.
Pass me
Nice.
pass me some of that.
But yeah, it was horrific. Because basically the premise, I don't know if you've heard,
I
the
haven't.
premise of the movie is that Christopher Robin finds the 100-acre woods where he finds these like abominations. Basically, like
Are you
when
talking about the Poohniverse?
well, Blood
That's a
and Honey.
different
Yeah.
website.
No, they're
No, that's
making
literally what
they're
it's called.
making a
I've
whole
heard of this.
universe and making horror movies of all those old Disney movies.
Yeah.
I
The
saw
Bambi one coming out.
I saw one of Peter Pan, and it looks
Yeah,
terrifying.
Dude, it looks, but don't
they
get your
have
hopes
Peter
up.
Pan?
Don't
Yeah.
don't
Are
get
they
your hopes up.
legitimate?
No.
Yeah,
well,
The
they're
movies are
legitimate, but they're not.
because the rights
High budget.
They're now public domain.
Oh, okay.
Well,
they're
so
so
I,
old.
I would be willing to bet that the Pooh murder one, whatever that one is, I would be willing to bet that because of that alone, I bet you they have enough funding to do really cool stuff with the future ones.
I sure hope so, because the premise is he finds them right. All these weird little creatures. You know, you got Rabbit, you got Piglet, Eeyore, Pooh,
Yeah.
all them, right?
Okay.
He starts to he goes there every day and like brings them scraps of food and stuff, and he feeds them, takes care of them, and they have fun and they play and they love it. It's all great, whatever. Grows up, ends up going to college because he's not there, and they grew up being hand fed. They don't know how to take care of themselves.
Oh my head.
So they become like malnourished to the point of almost dying. And then Pooh has to make the decision to eat Eeyore. So they kill Eeyore and they all eat him. And then it drives them mad because they were his friends. And like it turns them basically feral and they don't talk anymore. And so all of this is like cartoony and like, oh, telling a story with the cartoon pages or whatever. Then it just starts off with Christopher Robin coming back to like introduce his wife to him. And he's in the woods and he's like, where are they? What's going on? And like they show up and freaking Piglet just throws a chain around her neck and just chokes her to death. And then they freaking burn Christopher Robin and I think they eat him.
Oh my god.
This was that show?
This is
This
Winnie
is
the
Blood
Pooh,
and
Blood and
Honey?
Honey.
Really?
Yeah. And then like freaking like 8 minutes later, it's like years after, and all these friends are like, we're gonna go to a cabin, yeah, in the woods, fun.
Always.
One of their friends gets lost. She ends up walking into the 100-acre woods. Pooh and Piglet like are stalking her. She runs into a building. Pooh grabs her. Her shirt rips off, like, and she's naked. And then he bashes her head against the wall.
Do you have that timestamp?
You don't have to watch long. It's pretty quick. But it's like
just like me.
like he's like this. He's like this. He's like,
I wouldn't do that right
and
now.
then she moves away, and it just breaks apart. Like it's just the crappiest shirt ever. And then he's just like bashing her head into the freaking
Jeez.
table.
Yeah, I literally just saw a guy that was talking about this, that they have this whole universe planned.
Have
Yeah.
you heard the deeper meaning of Winnie the Pooh?
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's like
Pretend we haven't.
each emotion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
each
all the
character
each characters is one of the emotions or personality of Christopher Robin. So anxiety, depression, happiness.
Which one's anxiety? Hopper?
Joy.
Piglet.
Rabbit.
Pig. That's
He's
right.
always shaking.
OCD
Hopper,
is
that would be rabbit.
Is it rabbit?
Yes.
Oh,
Is
my
what?
Called
Ra-
rabbit
I-
hopper.
I called yeah.
Rabbit is OCD.
Or do you mean Tigger?
No, rabbit.
Tigger's
Tigger
ADD.
hops way more
Yeah.
than Rabbit does.
Tigger's
Tigger's
ADD.
Tigger's ADHD, and
That
then
makes sense.
Rabbit is OCD. Eeyore is depression.
So you're
What was
telling me
Pooh?
Inside Out wasn't original then?
Gluttony.
Oh.
Jinx.
You owe me a soda.
No, on the news that I was going to bring up earlier. So I've never heard of this, but cases of streptococcal
Streptococcus.
Streptococcus?
streptococcal
did
toxic
what?
shock syndrome, or STSS, in Japan have reached 1,019 cases as of June 9th, more than the total number reported in all of last year. At the current rate of infection, the number of cases in Japan could reach 2,500 this year, with a terrifying mortality rate of 30%. Ken Kikuchi, a professor in infection,
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
a professor in infection diseases at Tokyo Women's Medical University, told Bloomberg
The
earlier
man,
this
the
month.
man
but-
talking about infectious diseases as a not infectious diseases,
Dr. Coochie.
as a name
What
that
is it?
sounds like he sneezed.
What's his name? Konkuchi?
Cacophony?
Ken Kikuchi.
Keikuchi.
Keikuchi.
Kikuchi.
But it says that it kills some within 2 days.
That's crazy.
So what's the strep that's not treatable? Is that what that is?
I don't know.
So there's
Streptococcus?
Streptococcal.
well, it's part of the strep, or no, it's not strep. What's the one that staph infection? That's what I'm thinking of. There's one that's like immune to treatment.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. That's scary. Went down a rabbit hole on that because I had ingrown hair. I was like, what is this?
Dude, I hate those trips.
Yeah.
Did
That's the
I?
worst.
I just
guess?
think it's wild. 2 days though. That's like there's that one super bug that's out there. I don't know if it has a name. They just call it a super bug, and it's
Murder
like
hornet.
no, it's not like an actual bug. It's like a virus, but it's like a super bug that if you get it, you're like dead within almost hours. Like it's crazy.
That sucks.
But
COVID.
yes,
What was the death
Yeah,
rate of
that's the
COVID?
one.
It was 0.001% or something like that.
It was real low.
It was real high when they were counting all those car accidents.
And bullet wounds.
dude, all the memes back then.
Oh, that
It's like skydivers, parachute doesn't open, dies from COVID.
Dude, that was the golden age of memes.
Dude.
Oh man.
Well, that's how we kept sane.
You know what? In serious though, like to hear some of the sad stories. Like I had this couple come into my work one time, and this guy was in a wheelchair, and they said COVID put him in that wheelchair. He was physically just fine, and then he got COVID and lost the feeling in his legs.
Did
Really?
you get the
Like that's so
vaccine?
weird. Like I don't know.
That's the question.
Huh.
I'm finally getting my
Did
smell
you
back
get any of
this year.
the shots
I don't know.
or no?
The boosters.
Well, any
Zach's
of them.
vaccinated. He's just fine.
Is he?
It's debatable.
Actually, you did get cancer.
Oh, ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that evil on me. Any news on the TikTok ban? I want to know about that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. It's
far as
supposed
I
to be
know.
by a certain time, right?
Yeah, by the end of the year.
Well, the weird thing too was that there's a lot of the representatives have been kind of getting some flack because a lot of them who are voting yes to banning TikTok also bought a lot of stock in Meta.
In Meta. Surprising.
Is Meta
think not.
TikTok's competition?
No, it's
Meta
Facebook.
is Facebook. So
And
yes.
Instagram.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is there. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Instagram, Facebook, that's Meta.
But that's not
What
insider
else?
trading.
No.
No, it's legal.
Car insurance. There is the Eighth Circuit Court of Appeals is deciding whether car insurance should cover STDs contracted in insured vehicles.
What?
Yeah.
We were out of the vehicle. She threw me into the vehicle.
The act occurred inside.
What's that off of?
It's
Oh,
Is that Ron White?
it's Ron
different.
White's
It's
thing.
Ron
where he
White.
says,
I was drunk in a bar.
In a bar.
They threw me
threw me-
into
yeah.
pug.
Oh, yeah.
Into public.
public.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Nvidia has now become the world's largest company, surpassing
baby.
Microsoft and Apple.
What's NVIDIA?
That
They make graphics cards.
yeah, graphics cards.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys see that there was a man who killed his wife? Did you see this?
What'd she do?
So, I'll get there. The headline, though, is what is most intriguing. So, a man killed his wife and got 12 female jury to sympathize with him and let him walk.
What?
Yeah, dude. So
What'd she
there,
do?
there was video. It should have had this guy dead to rights, right? Because he's in his driveway. He's in a robe. Nothing else on underneath, and the robe is undone. He's got
That's
a
why.
shotgun, and his wife is recording him. And he's like basically telling her, go away, leave me alone, get
I
off
think
the
I
property.
remember seeing something.
And she doesn't listen. And so he's like, all right, I'm going to shoot you. He's like, goodbye, Darlene, or whatever her name was. And kaplow. And you like see it from her POV. So you don't see anything that happens to her, but you see him raising the gun and saying goodbye and shooting her. Turns out this woman had another man and she was stealing money from her husband out of his retirement and giving it to the other guy. And she had stripped him of like $50,000 or something like that. And so he was just like,
I told you to
anyway,
leave.
the female jury completely sided with him and he is free.
So,
Justice.
how does that
I don't know,
justify
man.
murder though?
Did she have a gun or anything on her?
No,
Oh, the cold blood.
cold blood.
see that?
She was just on the property and he was telling her to leave. And
Was this in Florida?
I don't know. It was Southern. I do know that much.
It was definitely somewhere. Oh my gosh.
What'd you find? Let's see.
That's
It was the
crazy.
picture.
So it wasn't self-defense or anything. She just didn't. He was just saying get off, and she didn't, so he shot her.
Yeah, no.
Apparently, he said, "You're going to meet Jesus."
That's what it is. Going to meet Jesus.
We'll wait for it.
Look, and it's all blurred. Like you don't see anything.
Good heavens. Look at that.
But he's got like a Tesla.
Oh, I saw this video. This was a while ago.
You're going to meet Jesus, and then boom.
Wow, that's crazy.
Dang, back in
Look at that.
March.
Look at how he's aiming, man.
Jeez.
He's using that gut.
He's a winner.
Yeah, seriously.
Looks like Kingpin.
That's freaking nuts, dude.
Well, there
Holy
was
cow.
nuts there, yeah.
What?
I mean,
Somewhere under
I
there.
mean that little blur isn't that big.
That's because it's mostly belly.
It's hidden under the ledge.
It's like, when you see Peter
under the
Griffin
ledge, is that what
naked
you said?
and they just draw his belly low.
Yeah.
Like,
That's hilarious. Yep.
That's
accurate.
crazy.
dang.
He had enough, huh?
Yeah.
I still don't see. Oh, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I
How
don't know,
could you
man.
do that?
Do you think he intended to just like wound her? But
Not from that close.
And that
maybe he doesn't know how to work.
and a shotgun. That was.
He made a strainer
probably-
out of her.
I was gonna say.
Dude, for real.
Oh, okay. Sorry, but kind of on the on the fictional graphic stuff. Have you guys watched Boy Kills World?
No.
Not yet. I want to. I
Oh
haven't
my
yet.
gosh, it is like my favorite movie right now. It is so freaking good.
Yeah?
And without like too many spoilers, there's a fight scene with a cheese grater.
Oh my
And-
gosh.
It's so graphic, but it like fulfilled all of my graphic dreams as far as just like, because I've always pictured like just messing someone up with a cheese grater.
Dude.
And oh my God, you saw it, right? Oh, yeah, dude.
All right, on the list.
Oh,
Gotta
you
watch
have
it.
to see it. It
Well-
was so good.
Cam and I just watched House of Dragon, first episode. That ended on a low note.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
first
man.
season,
Are
first
you?
episode?
Have
No,
you seen it?
second season, first episode.
I haven't seen it at all.
Dude,
watching
oh
none of
my
it?
gosh.
I
Gut, it
gave
was
up
a
halfway
gut
through
check.
the first season.
You gave up?
Yeah.
Oh, so it gets
That's
so
a bummer.
good, so much better.
Was
dude.
it just slow or what?
Yeah. I
Have you
just
watched any of the
couldn't
House
stay
of
into
Dragon?
it.
Not in the House of Dragon.
the
But
whole
you watched
pretty
Game of
much-
Thrones?
Yes.
The whole first season is basically setting up all the houses, who are the players.
Oh, okay.
Is it a
And then,
prequel
like-
to
Yeah.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
It happens a few hundred years earlier.
It's the Targaryen reign or something.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
see the advertisement for it in New York? They had a big inflated dragon on top of the Empire State Building.
Oh, that's cool.
Does it have the Mad King and all that? Does it bring up him?
I haven't
No,
got
he's
there
later.
yet.
He's one of the children eventually.
Okay.
So it's like-
leading up to.
So, did you watch the Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Remember the girl that had like the stone skin?
Yep.
The daughter. She was reading that book
Right.
about the dance. What was it called? The Dance of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Dance of the, I think it was Dance
That
of the
is
Dragon.
about them.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I
what's
think-
going on?
I think
in
what
Lot
happened.
D?
I think what happened in the end of first season was the Dance of Dragons, wasn't it?
I heard they're
I
doing.
think it's the whole series because
Oh,
it's
okay.
basically the war between the siblings,
Right.
between Rhaenyra and her, half brother.
Oh, so good.
I heard they're doing a spin-off too of Stark, the mom.
Oh, really?
Catelyn,
Is it Catelyn?
Catelyn Stark. Are you talking about Ned's
wife? Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they were doing.
Well, they're doing. There's a Jon Snow spinoff too.
Oh, I love Jon Snow.
He's the
That's my
best.
boy.
He's the best.
Ned Stark is too, though.
He should
I
have
love
been the
Ned
king.
Stark. He was just too good for him.
That
Ned-
anyway. All that to say, that first
Sean
episode
Bean.
it ended heavy,
Bro.
I
Did
was
it?
like, oh my gosh, that was a tough watch.
So watch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes you feel a lot. Yeah.
It's so good.
Another
I'll do
thing in my
episode on
notes,
Sunday.
the second Boeing whistleblower was found dead.
Oh yeah. Now there's 50 others lined up.
There's 50 more?
Yeah, they want it. They
Whistleblowers?
want to get safety thing. Like they want to have safety protocols before they come forward, though.
Holy crap.
But some people say it's just a ploy because China's coming out with that jet line, and
What
Boeing
jet line?
they have a new jet that's like comparable to Boeing's
Really?
for like commercial jetliners. And so people are
I mean,
saying it's
you know
an
the
inside
quality
job.
of Chinese made things.
Could probably
Well-
buy it on Alibaba.
That's why they have to. That's why they're cheating.
That's why they're cheating.
Alibaba.
Yeah, dude. Have you ever priced things out on Alibaba?
Assemble your own jet.
It's freaking wild.
Dude,
You
it's
can
so
buy
cool.
some crazy
I've never
stuff.
even heard of it. I thought you were talking about a
Oh,
country or
I
something.
love Alibaba.
What kind of stuff?
Alibaba.
Everything.
Isn't that where Aladdin's
Everything.
from?
No.
We should do a podcast on
So
that.
Alibaba
Alibaba.
is a. You have to buy
Is he?
in bulk.
I think he is.
But you can.
Oh,
it's-
that's his name, Prince Ali Ababwa. That's what it is.
Prince Ali, Ali, Ali,
Oh, wow.
Alibaba. Yeah, it's-
Alibaba.
you can buy.
Hey, and
you
think-
have to buy things in bulk, but
Is
you
it
can
fresh?
buy.
Still fresh.
Remember, he starts out trying to sell that thing.
Yeah.
That's probably where they got it from.
Will it break? It broke.
But no, you can basically
Let it break.
Alibaba.com lets you not only buy from directly from manufacturers, but you can connect with them and create custom stuff. Like literally anything.
Oh, that's cute.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you can buy stuff in bulk.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Total side rant, but on that, did you know that on that opening scene of Aladdin, they literally put a table of random things in front of Robin Williams and just recorded him? And the entire thing was ad-libbed.
Really?
Yeah. And so he was just picking up random objects on a table and making crap up, and they animated
That's
to that.
amazing. Dude, I'm not a huge fan of people getting face tats on their body, but if I were to get one, it would be a
Wouldn't they
Robin
get them on their
Williams.
faces?
Yes.
Two-Face.
Wait, so you get the face tats on the body and the body tats on the face?
You know what I'm talking about. A
Put a
tattoo of
tramp
someone's
stamp on your
face.
forehead?
A tattoo of someone's face on your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been doing this a lot lately. Earlier, Cam was like, one of the cameras is black. And I said, they're all black.
Yeah.
It's valid. It's just color of cameras.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
Personally, I'm colorblind. I don't know.
I think black is black to everyone.
What was the one thing we talked about where it was saying that it's like
The rarity of
clinically
color.
impossible for a black person to be colorblind, and yet the picture in the article was a black person.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that? It was one of
No,
our.
it was
one of our
freaking
Vomlit-
hilarious.
It was one of our Vomlit episodes. I
It
thought.
came
yeah.
out. Oh, what
Wait,
was
what?
it?
So what was this?
I remember it. I remember reading
remember.
it. I can't remember.
Oh, that's right.
But no, the
remember
article
now.
said it was like the chances of being colorblind is blah blah if you're male, blah 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 blah, and white.
Oh, right.
We're
Right.
like, wait, what?
But it was a black person in the
Yeah.
Yes.
picture.
I remember what you're. Yes. Now I remember what you're referencing. That's
Well,
hilarious.
where is it? Where is it? I think
I remember
I think
that
I
now.
might have found it. There it is. I found it.
You found
Okay.
it?
Yes. So here's the picture. And then you go down, and it's like risk factors. Someone in your family is colorblind. You have an eye disease. You take medication with colorblindness side effect. You are white. Isn't that funny?
So legitimately, in the photo, they're testing him for what is it with the red and green?
Yeah,
What
they're
is that?
testing it for colorblindness.
Well, but it's for there's 3 different types. There's like dip. There's I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember all the.
There's red, green, blue, yellow, and blue cone chromacy.
So funny, man. You are white.
Black kid in the picture. Risk factor being white.
You are gay.
Why are you gay?
I'm not gay. You are gay.
No, it's what makes you think I'm gay.
Why are you gay? It's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean thinks I'm gay? You are gay.
Straight to the point.
Do you wear wigs?
When will you wear wigs?
Have you worn wigs?
So before we wrap this up, Oss, I know you had news you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, where are we at on time? We good?
We got
I wanted to
20
open,
minutes.
I wanted to open the question to the gallery because it is honestly it's been like life changing, and so it's
You're still screen sharing, by the way.
oh, who did that?
You're still screen sharing.
It's going.
There it goes.
Is he?
It takes a
Is he?
second.
We got a button controlling a robot.
Yeah. Okay.
We got a robot back here, bunch of buttons for it.
Robots doing our bidding.
You think I'm kidding? I'm not. Anyway,
It's a little Wally.
so
Wow.
a few months ago, it's kind of funny how this all happened because Jess was going through some issues with her energy levels, decided she was going to go see an endocrinologist, get some of her levels checked and see if they could figure out what was wrong and why, like once a month, she would just crash and burn. And so she went and she was like, I had a really great experience. You should go. And I was like, okay, yeah, I've always wanted to get my testosterone checked because, for those of you that don't know, I have one testicle. I wasn't born that way.
You're working
Okay,
overtime.
I found this out just like last year. Apparently, I was born with two, and one was massive, and they had to remove it.
They were afraid of his power.
With great power comes great responsibility.
So all growing up, I was always wondering if I had an essentially low testosterone. And now looking back, I'm wondering what parts of my life were actually affected from having low testosterone. And so anyway, I went in, I got tested. It was an amazing experience. The guy was really knowledgeable, went off, got it tested.
Soft hands.
Yeah, exactly. Had good motion, and
It's fancy Korean lotion too.
Knows his way around, huh?
yeah. No, it's a blood test.
Definite cupping.
And got my results back. Apparently, my testosterone levels were at 300, and the average male or like target range is between 500 and 800. So I was technically about half, which
Ha, makes sense.
makes sense. So
It's all the microplastics in our testes.
yeah.
It's true.
Ew, gross. Yeah, I
Every one
saw
of us.
that.
Every
Right?
one of us.
So I started taking testosterone. I'm doing the injectable with a needle. I have not got to the point of injecting myself yet, but Jess is
Jess
a trooper.
does it.
I'll do it for you, buddy.
Bro,
Nope.
it's kind of fun.
Yeah, she does great. I haven't gotten to the point where I can inflict pain to myself yet, but I'm hoping to get there
My
soon.
palms just started to sweat.
It's a lot easier if it's like the auto injector.
Is it in your
There's an
leg?
auto
Epinephrine.
injector?
Epinephrine,
Well,
baby.
it's like the EpiPen.
and it like shoots. It's like pow.
Well,
And
it
then
it can't do that. So testosterone
dumb.
is like a thick jelly. And so when you
jelly.
put it in, you need like a hollow point needle that can
Okay.
push it in, and it takes a while.
And rub it in?
Move on.
Yeah.
Gotta rub it in?
Well, I don't rub it in.
Okay.
I honestly just let it do its
its
thing.
thing.
It dissipates itself.
Yeah. Anyway, but historically, my body's always been pretty sensitive to vitamins or like whatever I'm taking, and so I took to testosterone incredibly quickly. Like within days, I was noticing I had way more energy. I was waking up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock without an alarm, because I would historically sleep into like 8 or later. And even Jess was like, "What are you doing up? You already showered?" And like she's like, "This is crazy." Yeah. And so I would have a lot more energy throughout the day. I also noticed I started putting on muscle way easier. Like way easier. It doesn't show right now.
I was gonna say, where'd you put it?
I haven't been to the gym in like over a month, but it is crazy how much faster like your muscle bulks. One thing that I had noticed was when I was going to the gym, or like within the last year, my muscle never was able to get to like that point where it felt like it was pumped, like to where it was like wanting to explode. And now it does that, which is like
Nice.
Get
Crazy.
swole.
yeah, dude.
Much better blood flow.
Sex
How about to
drive,
other places?
that
Yeah?
that too, my friends, that too. Wait.
Who's got next?
Shut up and take my money. Suddenly, I'm not worried about needles.
Yeah, dude, it's changing. It even here's the weird part is it also even changes your release.
What?
Yeah,
You don't
Like,
say.
Pressure valve holds on a little longer.
yeah. Well, I mean, like no, not that. I mean, I don't know about that, but
Kegels.
it feels different. Like at least for me, like when I orgasm, it feels different.
I'm a man.
Yeah,
Like more sensitive in a good way?
like different. It's not like better or worse. It's just different.
Huh.
It's weird.
It's like using
At
your
least
left
for me.
hand.
Oh gosh, the stranger.
I mean, kind of like, I mean, in all honesty, this is the difference between when you actually are like having sex as opposed to anything else. I feel like it feels different.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Same result, but different.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Makes sense.
everything's just different. So there are some weird side effects. Not like I shouldn't say weird. So
Hot flashes.
the things that you learn is
The
your
nipples
brain
gets
crying.
So, I don't know if it. We'll get to that one. So that I haven't experienced the extreme of that, which is good. But some side effects you can have are you can get the female titty thing going
Yep,
on.
man boobs.
I don't know what it's called. I can't. I
RT?
need the name. No,
No, like you actually develop
you
man
start
breasts.
developing man
Oh.
breasts, like legitimately.
From testosterone?
Which I don't know. I
Well-
mean, for some people
well,
that
I
might
heard
be a
taking-
plus.
I've
Taking
heard that-
testosterone raises your estrogen too.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I've heard.
Oh.
So that's one of the main reasons they test you. Was it
Every 3 months.
every 3 months
Yeah.
to make sure your estrogen levels aren't getting too high?
Well, you can get estrogen blockers though too,
Yeah.
right?
No edamame.
Does that increase testosterone?
Edamame,
Estrogen.
soy, baby.
Estrogen?
That's soy.
Estrogen. Yep.
Is that where soy boy came from?
Yep.
You eating too much edamame, you soy boy.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
That's true.
I
It
didn't know
raises your estrogen levels.
wow, interesting.
Yep.
So, I don't have the female boobies coming in yet, so that's good.
That's good.
But here's the thing: if they keep you within the normal range, that shouldn't happen. It's only if you go like above and beyond, or you're like
if you want to get swolled.
If you're looking to get like performance enhanced
Yeah.
type stuff. So one thing I did realize though, and I shared this with Cam, is it definitely raised my estrogen because I am more sensitive to crying, which is good and bad. It's made Jess way more attracted to me somehow. I don't know.
She likes them soy boys.
No,
She starts putting you down right before you go to bed.
She's like,
Piece of shit.
What are you gonna cry? You gonna cry?
No.
You big cry baby.
cry for me. Cry for me.
I guess historically I would just be like too like, oh, that's stupid. Why are you crying? Like not like I would just be out of tune with emotion, and now I'm more in tune. And so like where I would never cry, now I do
I
cry.
want to have a long talk with you. Let's see
I
where
was
this
gonna
goes.
say,
Yeah.
we could.
I'm a sensitive SOB. I cry at everything, so I'm curious what
Yeah.
it's huh.
And so-
Military homecomings for me.
Empath.
Every single one.
every time.
Every single one. And Shaylee makes fun of me.
Dude, when that Brachiosaurus got put into the flames of the volcano at the end of Jurassic
Why'd you
World.
have to go and bring that up?
Dude, that
That's
made me
awful.
sad. I was like, it's a fake dinosaur, and I'm sad.
Dude, movies do it all the time.
Yeah.
But no, like even back on our episode of Zach saying that he didn't have cancer anymore, but he played the joke and said that he did at first. Gosh, I started crying on that.
I knew he was fibbing. Liar. I did.
You can smell it.
You have a tell.
You have to tell.
You have a tell.
Thank
Big
God.
You
time.
can stand up. Let me see.
See my tail?
My hell.
I got a front tail.
Dad jokes are prime tonight, friends.
Boom.
Oh, love it. I actually feel like we're getting back into the swing of things here, though. Like I feel like we actually have our chemistry rolling.
Yeah.
That break was too long, man.
Yeah,
But,
Stand
so
up.
what I was gonna say, sorry. Apparently, in your brain, when you start taking testosterone, your body naturally, almost immediately, stops producing its own testosterone.
Oh.
And so it doesn't help or hurt. Your body won't see the levels that you're at, obviously, without the injection or however you
Right.
choose to take testosterone. But the cool thing is if you decide it's not for you, whatever, your levels return right to where they were.
I was about
So,
to ask
so
that.
your body starts producing again?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I was gonna-
immediately.
So I've heard that the injection is actually, like, they make a pill too, and I heard that just wrecks people.
Yeah,
Well, they also do a lotion.
Yeah.
Which is just
Puts
a
the
hassle.
lotion on its skin.
Well,
well,
the lotion's a hassle because you have to put it on every day.
yeah.
And you have to put it in a place that no one will touch.
Yeah.
Because you can pass
Transfer
it
it,
to
yeah.
your wife and other, like your
Yeah,
kids
that's not
even.
good.
Your wife
Yeah.
starts making chest
Hairy
hair
nipples.
and-
Yeah.
You and me.
that what is it? That costume she has won't be fake.
Oh, I can't stand that stupid
Oh, I
thing.
remember that. I thought it was hilarious.
gross.
I hate it.
Was it a costume or was it a swimsuit?
It's like a swimsuit that she made into a costume.
Oh,
I haven't looked at it the same since.
I don't know if I know this.
It's a man's body just covered in hair and
it's a print.
hairy
It's a print of
nipples
a
and
man's
yeah.
body.
Oh man.
So it's so
You want to touch my body?
Hey. Hey,
So yeah. Anyway, I wanted to open it up to you guys because, and I actually wrote my friend telling him this. There was one of my friends. I won't say his name. He is actually a bit younger than me, but he was going through like a slump where he was almost like depressed, and he was like historically super active. Was on the football team, just like a manly man, big time hunter, all this type of stuff, and he went through some shit and. He decided to get his levels checked, found out he was super low on testosterone, and he shared all this information with me. And so it made like years, I think he shared that with me maybe like a year ago. And anyway, when I went to go get tested, it almost gave me like a confidence, like, hey, I'm not alone type thing.
Right.
Oh, dude, so pretty much everyone has low T.
Yeah.
Like, especially because there's so many endocrine disruptors in all the garbage that surrounds us and the food. So it's very common for
Yeah.
men. Like the average levels that we are now is like drastically below the average levels of like in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because they don't cut wood anymore.
Yeah, I was actually
don't.
curious about that. Like physical activity and physical labor has gone down significantly. And so I
Well, it
wonder if
does
that
boost
plays into it.
testosterone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So you've heard of like BPAs and PCBs and phthalates and all that
Microplastics.
stuff.
Yep.
All of those things are endocrine disruptors.
Really?
In water, it's in food.
Yep, DDT, which is dichlorodiphenyl trichloroethane.
Pesticide.
Yep, it's a
Yeah.
pesticide used
Turn the frogs gay.
in the past. Is that the one that turned them gay?
Yes.
That's the one. They've done studies too. It does change the gender of frogs.
He was later proven right.
Yeah,
It turns the frogs gay.
but yeah, pesticides, flame retardants,
water. It turns the frogs gay.
perfluorinated compounds, PFCs, group of chemicals known as non-stick coatings, food packaging, firefighting foam, linked to reproductive problems, cancer, neurological issues.
Well, I'm writing that fantasy off the list.
Yep.
You know,
Food, water,
one
personal
thing I
care
have
products, everything.
wondered about all this too is because Jess's attraction to me changed like overnight. Like right now, I want to say her and my relationship is like at an all-time high. And it feels like, and I don't know, like I would be curious. You know how they say you give off pheromones?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
And I am so curious if now I'm giving off those pheromones.
I'm
kinda
going to
like,
get my shit checked tomorrow.
You know what I mean?
I'm like on this.
I already
now.
did.
Yeah. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, you know, even in the comments, I would be happy to answer anything if I have the time.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
make sure to kind of
there's
check it.
even I've seen people talk about how birth control, because it messes with women's hormones, you actually are women can actually be attracted to different people
Right.
when they're on and off of birth control.
Right.
Really?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Because there is chemical attractions, pheromones and like, you know, testosterone, estrogen, all that stuff does attract people to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so the birth control, because it blocks that, messes with that stuff, it throws it off. So you could potentially be attracted to someone that when you're not on birth control, you aren't as attracted to.
Those are called drunk goggles.
Yep. But it's crazy. Like your hormones do so much.
Roofies.
They do.
And there's so much that messes with them.
Right.
One thing I will say, and this actually kind of plays to you, Tony, is you and I historically have been night owls. Like I could stay up till I still can stay up to 3 if I have to, but now I find myself wanting to go to bed at like 10.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. I historically would always want to go to bed around 12, 1, but now I'm like, dude, I want to get to bed by like 10:30. I want to wake up at 6. Like it's weird how it's adjusted even my
I
internal
need to get
clock.
mine checked. 'Cause
It's
I'm
so
up till 2 or 3.
It's so funny how it's like everything you're describing is like what I've wanted to change myself into. And it's not like I'm thinking like, oh, this is it. This is the miracle drug I've
Happy
been looking
shot.
for.
You want to be a man.
But yeah, basically, man.
Yeah.
Missing all the key components.
Do it.
Been great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Well,
all
good, man.
I got my stuff
Yeah.
tested because of him.
I've also heard that with brain fog, it helps with brain fog and stuff like that.
I've
It
heard
helps you
that
have
too.
a clearer mind.
Yeah.
Is
I
that
do.
true? You've
Yeah.
noticed? Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've also noticed that my body processes sugar a little bit different.
Does it
Now it
sh-
doesn't make me crash as hard.
Does it
Which is
shrink your
interesting.
eyebrows?
I'll have to check.
I heard it makes
they're
you grow
looking
more
a little
hair.
thin. I don't know.
It
I
does
need
actually.
mine.
I think it can make you grow more hair on your body and also add to hair loss.
That's all right.
It's really weird to me that these effects are there when it's like our necessary
Dude, I don't have any
like
chest hair.
hormone.
I have a couple nipple hairs that I named. That's it. Well, Lisa named them.
Chesty and breasty.
No, that's private.
So tell us.
It's private. Private.
That means
Oh, gosh.
post podcast conversations. That's
Yup.
where that comes up.
Yep.
Anyway, any questions? Any real quick?
Not. I mean,
I asked mine.
If you think of them, let me know. And you go ahead. This is your podcast. I took
Yeah.
over there at the end. I'm sorry.
no, it's all good.
That's right.
No, I wanted to hear about it. I'm glad we got to hear about it. But anyway, yeah. So that's our in the news. Very just off the cuff. You know us. We're great at vomlet all
Yeah.
over the place. But if you liked this, please subscribe. And if this wasn't your cup of tea, look back at some of our past episodes. But we hope to see you next week. We love you, and we'll see you next time.
We got a nodder. Thanks for being part of this crowd.
Bye.
Arrivederci.
Ciao. Auf Wiedersehen.